there was more of a kind of a personal crisis, but never that I went through.
Seal, the internationally acclaimed singer, known for his hauntingly soulful voice and deeply emotional lyrics, has touched millions with hits like Kiss from a Rose and Crazy. Now, approaching 62, the British artist lives a noticeably quieter and more withdrawn life, far from the spotlight that once defined him. While his journey is often seen through the lens of musical triumph and a glamorous marriage to supermodel Heidi Klum, the truth behind the fame tells a more sorrowful story. Beneath the surface lies a man shaped by childhood trauma, chronic health issues, and emotional battles that never fully healed. Seal's early years were far from the glamour and success he would later achieve. Born in London, his childhood was marked by instability and emotional hardship that left lasting scars. From a young age, Seal experienced a fractured family life. Due to circumstances beyond his control, he was placed in foster care, separated from his biological parents. This separation created a profound sense of abandonment and alienation that haunted him well into adulthood. The lack of a stable, nurturing environment made it difficult for him to develop a secure sense of self or trust in others. His relationship with his parents was strained, filled with distance and misunderstanding rather than warmth and support. Growing up feeling unwanted and disconnected, Seal internalized feelings of loneliness and rejection. These early experiences shaped not only his personality, but also his worldview, leaving deep emotional wounds that he struggled to overcome. It wasn't just the physical separation that troubled him, but the emotional void it created, a void that echoed in the loneliness he often expressed in his music. This sense of abandonment and pain became a recurring theme in Seal's songs. His lyrics often touch on themes of heartbreak, isolation, and searching for connection, reflecting the emotional turmoil rooted in his childhood. Songs like Killer and Crazy reveal a man wrestling with inner demons and the desire to be understood and loved. His music became a vehicle for expressing feelings that were too difficult to voice otherwise, an outlet to process the deep wounds of his early life. In many ways, Seal's artistic voice was born out of his struggles, giving a haunting honesty to his work that resonated with fans worldwide. For Seal, music was never about chasing fame or the glamorous life that often comes with stardom. Instead, it served as a crucial tool for survival, an emotional refuge where he could safely express feelings that were too painful or complex to put into words. Growing up amid instability and emotional turmoil, Seal found that music gave him a voice when he felt voiceless. It became a private sanctuary, a way to make sense of his inner chaos and pain. Seal's musical style reflects this deep vulnerability. His sound is a unique blend of soul, R&B, and rock, enriched with confessional and heartfelt lyrics. Unlike many pop stars who focus on catchy hooks or upbeat anthems, Seal's songs often reveal raw emotion and introspection. This honesty in his music helped him connect with audiences worldwide, who recognized the sincerity behind his voice. Songs like Crazy capture the turmoil and confusion he faced, with lyrics that wrestle with inner conflict and the challenges of trusting oneself and others. The haunting melody and Seal's emotive delivery make the pain palpable. Similarly, Kiss from a Rose is layered with symbolism and emotional depth, a song that feels like a bittersweet reflection on love and loss. For Seal, music was far from a luxury. It was a lifeline. When the world around him felt unpredictable and harsh, music provided structure and meaning. It allowed him to channel his feelings of isolation and despair into something beautiful and transformative. Through his art, Seal was not only healing himself, but also giving others permission to acknowledge their own struggles. In this way, his music transcends entertainment. It becomes a form of emotional survival. Seal's breakthrough came unexpectedly in the early 1990s with the single Killer, a collaboration with British electronic musician Adamski. The song's distinctive blend of electronic beats and Seal's soulful, powerful voice captured listeners' attention and quickly climbed the charts. Killer wasn't just another dance hit. It announced the arrival of a fresh, deeply emotional artist whose sound defied easy categorization. This track launched Seal's career and opened the door for him to reach a global audience. What truly set Seal apart was his unique vocal tone, rich, haunting, and instantly recognizable, paired with a presence that felt both intimate and larger than life. Critics praised his ability to convey vulnerability without losing strength, and his debut solo album, released shortly after Killer, cemented his place as a rising star. His music was soulful yet contemporary, poetic yet accessible, earning him not only commercial success but also widespread critical acclaim. Yet, beneath this polished public persona lay a man still wrestling with profound emotional struggles. The fame and adoration did not erase the turmoil that had shaped his early life. While the world saw a confident, charismatic performer, Seal continued to battle inner demons, including feelings of loneliness and anxiety. This paradox of outward success contrasted sharply with his private pain. His songwriting became a window into this complexity, with lyrics that revealed the shadows lurking behind his smile. Seal's songs often reflected a duality, a polished, smooth exterior paired with raw, confessional content. This contrast added depth to his work and made his music resonate with fans who sensed the honesty behind the glamour. Despite his rapid rise to fame, Seal's journey was not simply one of celebration, but of continuing to navigate and express the emotional wounds that fame could not heal. Before we dive further into his remarkable story, make sure to subscribe to our channel, All Profiles. Your support enables us to keep sharing more inspiring and impactful stories like his. We truly appreciate having you as an important member of our community. Thank you. At the age of 21, Seal received a diagnosis that would profoundly impact both his physical appearance and emotional well-being: discoid lupus erythematosus. This chronic autoimmune disease causes inflammation and scarring, particularly on the skin. And for Seal, it manifested as visible scarring on his face. Unlike many celebrities who rely heavily on their appearance, Seal's facial scars became a permanent and very public reminder of his condition. The physical changes challenged societal beauty standards and forced him to confront insecurities about his self-image in a profession that often prioritizes flawless looks. The emotional toll of living with discoid lupus was significant. Beyond the physical pain and discomfort, the scarring affected how Seal saw himself and worried about how others perceived him. In an industry where image can define success, Seal's scars could have been seen as a setback, but instead, he embraced them, becoming a symbol of strength and resilience. However, the scars also symbolize the ongoing battle he faced beneath the surface, a battle that was not only physical, but deeply emotional. Adding to this was Seal's long-standing struggle with anxiety and panic attacks, conditions he has openly discussed in interviews. These mental health challenges often intensified feelings of isolation and vulnerability. Anxiety attacks can be debilitating, causing sudden waves of fear and helplessness, making it difficult for Seal to maintain the composure expected of a global star. Despite his public success, he often felt trapped by his own mind, struggling to balance the demands of fame with the need for personal peace. These unseen battles created a sense of solitude for Seal, isolating him even when surrounded by fans, friends, and family. His health issues were not always visible, but they were deeply felt, adding layers of complexity to his life. It took immense courage for Seal to remain in the public eye while facing these private struggles. Rather than retreating entirely, he chose to be honest about his experiences, helping to destigmatize conversations about mental health and chronic illness. Seal's openness about discoid lupus and anxiety has inspired many, showing that vulnerability is not a weakness but a form of strength. His willingness to share his challenges has humanized him beyond the music, reminding the world that behind the fame is a man confronting pain with quiet bravery every day. Seal's marriage to supermodel Heidi Klum was often portrayed as a fairy tale romance, capturing the fascination of fans and media alike. The couple first met in 2004 and quickly became one of the most high-profile pairs in entertainment, admired for their chemistry and public displays of affection. Over the years, they seemed to embody a picture-perfect family, renewing their wedding vows annually and raising 4 children together. To the outside world, their relationship appeared strong and loving, a beacon of stability amid the often chaotic world of celebrity. However, beneath this polished surface, the marriage concealed deeper emotional fractures. Despite their public unity, Seal and Heidi faced personal struggles that were kept largely out of the spotlight. The pressures of fame, the challenges of blending families, and the emotional baggage both partners carried weighed heavily on their bond. What seemed like a seamless partnership was, in reality, more fragile than it appeared. Their annual vow renewals, while romantic, perhaps also symbolized a continual effort to hold their relationship together amid underlying tensions. The eventual breakdown of their marriage was a shock to many, but came as a painful reality for Seal. The divorce in 2015 marked not just the end of a chapter, but a deeply personal loss that shook him to his core. For a man who had already grappled with feelings of abandonment since childhood, the dissolution of this relationship reopened old wounds. The emotional impact was profound, stirring fears of rejection and loneliness that had haunted him for years. The public nature of the split only added to the complexity, forcing Seal to process heartbreak under intense scrutiny. Seal's experience of love and loss in this relationship echoes the recurring themes in his life: the struggle to form lasting emotional connections, and the fear of being left behind. His vulnerability in facing this personal upheaval highlighted a universal human truth beneath the celebrity facade, that no amount of fame can shield someone from the pain of heartbreak. In many ways, the collapse of his marriage was a painful mirror reflecting his lifelong battle with emotional instability, making his journey all the more poignant and relatable. After his divorce from Heidi Klum, Seal turned much of his energy and focus toward fatherhood, finding in his children a vital source of purpose and stability. Co-parenting with Klum, despite the challenges that come with separation, he worked hard to maintain strong, loving relationships with their 4 children. For Seal, being present and involved in their lives became not only a responsibility, but a refuge away to build something lasting and meaningful amid personal upheaval.
And they're kind of like your friends as well, so you can talk about stuff to some degree.
Fatherhood offered Seal something he had often missed in his own early life structure: an emotional connection. Raised in foster care with a strained relationship to his biological parents, Seal grew up lacking consistent family support and affection. Now, as a father, he could create a different reality for his children, one filled with love, guidance, and stability. The role gave him a sense of grounding that helped anchor him when other parts of his life felt uncertain or painful. His children became one of the few joyful constants in Seal's world. They provided moments of genuine happiness and fulfillment that contrasted sharply with the emotional struggles he battled privately, while fame and success in the music industry came and went. His role as a father remained a steady and deeply personal connection. This bond also helped him process his own past wounds, as he sought to be a nurturing and supportive parent rather than repeating patterns of abandonment. However, while fatherhood softened some of Seal's internal pain, it did not completely erase it. The emotional scars from his childhood and adult experiences lingered beneath the surface. Yet, through the love and responsibility of raising his children, Seal found a fragile lifeline, one that gave him strength to face each day and hope for healing. In many ways, his role as a father stands as a testament to resilience, showing how love can help mend even the deepest wounds. After the release of his last full album in 2017, Seal's presence in the public eye noticeably diminished. Once a fixture on international stages and music charts, he gradually stepped back from the spotlight, sparking curiosity and concern among fans and media alike. This withdrawal raised questions: was Seal consciously retreating to safeguard his mental and physical health? Or was this silence a symptom of deeper emotional exhaustion? Given his long history of battling chronic health issues like discoid lupus, as well as ongoing struggles with anxiety and panic attacks, it seems likely that this step back was at least partly intentional. The relentless demands of fame and public performance can take a severe toll on anyone, but for someone dealing with persistent inner turmoil and physical challenges, the pressure is magnified. Retreating from constant exposure may have offered Seal a necessary reprieve, an opportunity to focus on healing, self-care, and maintaining a more balanced life away from the relentless glare of celebrity. Yet this fading from public view also mirrors a broader pattern in Seal's life: a recurring detachment born out of pain and vulnerability. From his unstable childhood through personal losses and health battles, Seal has often sought refuge in solitude. His silence in recent years can be seen as a continuation of this inner coping mechanism, a way to preserve his emotional well-being in a world that can be both unforgiving and invasive. Fans and critics have expressed mixed feelings about Seal's relative absence. Many admire his bravery in prioritizing his health and peace over the pressures of fame, while others worry about the toll his struggles have taken. The lack of new music and public appearances leaves a void for those who connected deeply with his soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics. Media commentary often reflects this ambivalent respect for his privacy, paired with a longing for his return to the stage. Ultimately, Seal's retreat from the limelight is a poignant chapter in the story of a man who has weathered immense challenges. Whether by choice or necessity, his fading presence underscores the human cost behind the celebrity, and reminds us that sometimes stepping back is the strongest, bravest move of all. Although Seal has largely stepped away from the pursuit of fame and the relentless spotlight, music remains a vital part of his life. He continues to sing and occasionally perform, but now his relationship with music has shifted from seeking acclaim to seeking healing. For Seal, music is no longer about chart-topping hits or public recognition. It is a deeply personal, therapeutic outlet that helps him process his experiences and emotions. In recent years, Seal has embraced a quieter, more introspective approach to his art. His low-key performances and selective appearances reflect this shift, focusing on connection rather than spectacle. Interviews with Seal reveal a man who is reflective and grounded, someone who values authenticity and emotional truth over commercial success. He speaks candidly about how music has been his constant companion through life's hardships, providing solace when words alone failed. Even in moments of isolation and pain, music remains Seal's emotional compass. It guides him through difficult times, allowing him to confront vulnerability and express what he often struggles to say otherwise. This enduring bond with music demonstrates how integral it is to his identity, not just as an artist, but as a human being seeking understanding and peace. Seal's continued devotion to music, despite stepping away from the mainstream, highlights his resilience and the healing power of creativity. His voice, once a symbol of youthful passion and stardom, now carries the weight of experience and wisdom. In this way, Seal's music continues to resonate, not just with fans around the world, but with himself, as a source of strength and renewal. Seal's life is a poignant blend of public admiration and private pain. A man celebrated worldwide, yet carrying emotional wounds that have never fully healed. His quieter, more withdrawn existence today isn't just about fading fame. It reflects a lifetime of unresolved trauma, deep solitude, and ongoing struggle. Yet, there is dignity in his choice to prioritize peace and healing over the demands of performance and public expectation. While many may view his life now as sad, perhaps Seal has found a rare comfort in the silence and calm he has long sought, a testament to resilience beyond the spotlight. Thank you for tuning in to All Profiles. We really appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to All Profiles and turn on the notification bell so you'll always be updated with our newest content. Your engagement means so much to us, and we can't wait to see you again in the next video.